Hola, muchachas! Hola!
In Cartagena, Colombia, the bachelor party is on. A parade of pretty young girls ready to work. 30 girls in all. Many of them are very young. The alleged traffickers, true to their word.
You're the king, man! Él ganó, lo siento, él ganó.
But this isn't your typical bachelor party. Upstairs, Colombian authorities are quietly waiting for just the right moment to drop the hammer. Tim Ballard plays the part of the rowdy best man, buying girls for sex. But really, he's in on the sting.
Oh, you had your own? Uh-huh.
He's the leader of a team of Americans who've been setting this up. They go by the name Operation Underground Railroad, and they work with local authorities to catch sex traffickers, pimps who sell underage girls for sex. Worldwide, over 1 million children are trafficked each year, many of them sold into sexual slavery. May I ask, your name is Andrea? Or that's what we'll call you? Andrea disguised her face for this interview. Her parents have no idea she's a prostitute. She's 17. She's been working for 6 years. So you started at age 11. This is very young.
Salí a la calle.
Do the men pay more for young girls?
Sí.
Especially under 14. How much more?
A veces 400, 300.
Almost twice the price. Andrea says she wishes she didn't do this. Why do you have to do this now?
Porque necesito estudiar, necesito dinero para mis cosas. Padres no tienen dinero.
At the Operation Underground Railroad party,
He brought like 100 girls.
Yeah, I'm missing 3 because they're late.
He got 100 girls, 100.
some of the girls are just 14 years old.
You can tell they're minors, right?
Of course, absolutely. I mean, they're giving eyes out, right? Saying like,
Sad.
trying to flirt with guys.
Sad. It's sad.
One of the alleged traffickers, Marcus, talks up one girl in particular.
She's nice.
How old is she?
She's 14 years old.
And she's here?
Yeah, she's beautiful.
Legally, it's not enough just to have brought them. In order for the Colombians to prosecute, there has to be no doubt why. A clear quid pro quo.
So she's 14.
Yes.
Okay, so here's the thing: does she do everything?
I've talked to her.
She
talked
does
to her.
like anal sex.
I told her anything crazy that he wants. If she wants more money, she better ask.
Oral sex, though?
Yes, all
anal
that.
sex.
Anal.
No, there's not going to be any problem.
Exactly. I've talked to her.
And money has to change hands. In Colombia, it's actually legal to have consensual sex with a 14-year-old, but paying for sex with a minor is a crime.
It's money time. This is the good part.
These are the two. This is the five.
Okay, let me see.
Cold, hard cash, right there on the table. This is the crucial moment investigators need to seal the deal.
The 14-year-old lives with her parents.
And what do they think? Do they know what's going on and stuff?
All of them. No, the parents don't.
The man on the left there is an undercover investigator for the CTI, Colombia's equivalent of the FBI. He gives the code word, agreed in advance. Los vinos, calling for wine to celebrate. The bust is on.
What the heck?
Federal police to arrest the 5 alleged traffickers, social workers to attend to the girls. Tim is still playing his part.
Who called the cops, man?
Demanding to see his lawyer, as though he's being arrested too. For us, a chance to talk to Marcus before he's carted away. So is it worth it?
Worth what, sir?
To bring underage girls to a
Sir,
party.
there's no underage girls here. That's a fact, sir.
You told him there was a girl that's 14 years old that you
I
brought.
lied to them, sir. I lied to them about that.
He tells me that all of the girls he brought are of legal age. He insists it's all just a misunderstanding. So were you lying then, or are you lying now?
No, I was lying because I wanted him to be happy with the girls that I found for you. Okay, but no, I did not. In serio, there's not a single girl here that's underage. I promise you that.
Marcus tells me he has a daughter back in the States who's 15. How could you do this if you have a daughter that's 15 years old? I don't get it.
Listen, it's not something that I'm doing. I'm not looking for young girls. I'm not prostituting.
You think this is just a total mistake?
Is it? Yes. It's a total mistake. You know why, sir?
Why?
Because I did not look for young girls underage.
But you seem to have brought some.
I brought girls that look young, sir. Please, check their IDs. I promise you, every girl here is not over 18.
I think they'll check more than their IDs.
That's fine. No, I hope they do, sir. I promise you, they're not under 18. That I promise you.
Out by the pool, the social workers are one by one checking IDs.
I don't think they understand.
I have no idea.
Están seguros.
Can I take my wig off?
It's okay.
It's okay.
Many of the girls are afraid they're being arrested. This is their livelihood. For some of them, their main concern is not to be rescued, but to get paid for a night's work.
Well, when they first showed up, I mean, some of them looked really terrified. I talked to a few of them and asked them how old they were, and some were 12, some were 13, most were 14. One of the girls came and embraced me and started to cry, and then I started to cry. It's a very,
Your heart goes out to them, huh? For these girls, it's a long road ahead. Over the next few days, social services did interviews with the girls, their families, and the traffickers. In all, 17 of the girls were under 18. Their IDs fake or non-existent.
what makes me sad is that, yes, we got 4 traffickers. And I hope they fry. But what makes me sad is that I think so many of these little girls, they don't know any different.
And they may end up back out on the street?
Yeah.
Do you think that they did some good tonight?
I know we did some good tonight, but so much more needs to be done.
Any underage girl will be taken to a certified foster care program called Renacer, dedicated to making sure they get the care they need. How do you feel at the end of all this? I mean, on the one hand, you must be elated, but on the other hand, it's very tragic.
It's bittersweet. It's like I want to celebrate, but it's just I don't, because it's so horrific. It's so horrific. I see my own children in this.
But anyone of age is free to go. In so many cases, even the youngest girls return to what they know best, the streets. Sure enough, later that night, we saw some of the same girls from the party, the ones who could prove they were over 18, back out on the streets, making up for lost time. Tonight's raid, just an inconvenient ordeal. I'm David Wright for Nightline in Cartagena, Colombia.